These legends don't just tell jokes. They have changed the game, opened doors, and made history while making us smile.
You gotta go to child support court. You gotta get there real early in the morning. You see brothers going into court. You see them come out 3 hours later. I can't pay this. Let me talk to you, baby. Please, let me talk to the witness, Sean. Let me talk to the witness. Brother be working for 3 weeks, get his check is $43.
This year, for the first time ever, we have set aside a limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon. They are going to go fast, and when they're gone, they're gone. So, if you want a single ticket, or if your company or organization wants to sponsor a table, move swiftly and get to KBLA1580.com right now. All these comedy giants in one room on one stage at the same time? Stop it! This event is going to sell out quicker than right now and sooner than at once. KBLA Talk 1580's annual Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. It's gonna be legendary, just like them.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? You got to laugh the pain away.
First things first.
Things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not to unsettle you. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DePrima go way back. Tap Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the move. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DePrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580, good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DePrima. This show is called First Things First, and my first thing every day is prayer, giving thanks, giving praises, and asking for blessings from God, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders, and let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Miles, are we doing a radio show today? Is that what we're doing?
We'll have to.
Okay, cool. We got options.
We can do a podcast day. We can just chill.
We can do a podcast. We could just do a music show. Ha!
Do that, yeah.
Tavis wouldn't like that because that's going to cost him all those royalties. But yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. We're doing a radio show today, and you're part of it. And there's nothing you can do about it. LOL. I see you fixed the mic stand. That's cool.
The teamwork makes the dream work.
Miles has so many jobs around here. You just don't even know. Make commercials, schedule commercials.
And toilet paper rolls, mop the kitchen.
Edit up people's shows, make tea.
I mean.
Run that board. Talk. You always have to talk. You're like everybody's backup plan. Oh, well, I'll talk to Miles.
Love it here, though.
He always has something great to say. Well, and what a blessing that is for all of us.
How you feel this morning, Dom?
I feel fine. I feel good. I'm blessed. Let me put it that way. Sometimes in life, and I think all of us in America right now in life, life can be kind of a lot, I mean, I just think what's going on in this country weighs on me in a way because it's my job to read about it and know about it. But then again, I feel so blessed. Like you said, I love it here. We have a great job. We have an incredible community. We know probably the last place white supremacists will be marching into is Leimert Park because I've seen it before and it didn't go well for them. That's where we broadcast from. If you're new here, we broadcast from the Crenshaw district, and specifically the enclave known as Leimert Park, Africatown, which is like one of the black cultural hubs of LA. I don't want to say because Watts is a black cultural hub of LA, and there's more than one. So is Inglewood, for that matter. But Leimert is definitely one. This is where the Trayvon Martin protests first emerged, like at that little park right over there, which gave birth to Black Lives Matter, the movement and the organization. And so, there's a lot of comfort and joy in being part of this particular community.
Right. And that's I think that's part of too what I meant when I said I really love it here, because you are a part of the community as opposed to just being, a 9 to 5, you clock in there, you just pushing buttons or just getting on the microphone talking. So yeah. I mean, is there a balance of, I guess I know it's our job to deliver the news, but is there a buffer or a window to allow you to detox and cut off and, work on keeping your mind straight?
Yeah, I do. Usually I take Saturdays off from news, usually, unless I'm at a protest or something. Usually I take Saturdays off from news, and then I cram on Sunday, try to read everything so I could be ready for first things first on Monday. What about you? I mean, Miles, because you're taking in whatever news you take in on your own, but you're also taking in Tavis's, mine, and Jesse Jackson Jr. and Cornell West, all of the shows, all of the topics.
Yeah, for me, I like to, when I step out of here is when I turn everything off for the most part.
Okay.
As far as, KBLA and news goes. But it doesn't stop it from the social media side of it and, maybe YouTube podcasts and whatnot. So, that's my thing. I got to kind of detox from the social media side a little more. So,
yeah, that's the challenge. I said I was going to, and let's see. If you're in the YouTube, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this, or if you want to call 800-920-1580. My idea, which I haven't implemented, is that anytime I go, especially on Instagram, because I tend to go down the rabbit hole on Instagram, that I should put a Post-it up somewhere to tell me why I went on there. Because what happens is I go on IG because I'm going to check a DM about somebody that's coming on the show, or, a message from a friend that I'm expecting, because some of my friends like to DM me instead of calling me or texting me, even though they have my number. And then I end up scrolling, and I forget why I was there in the first place. So I was thinking, maybe if I made a Post-it note or some kind of reminder to myself, you went on there to post some pictures. You did not go on there to doom scroll. That it would help.
Yeah, I agree. What helps me, though, I put my timers on.
Oh.
That way I try to limit how much I consume throughout the day.
That's a good idea. So at any time you open an app, you put on a timer?
Just on my socials. It's on the Instagrams and YouTube, so I know how long I've used it. I can start tracking it, and it doesn't allow me to go past a certain amount of time. So
yeah. Because that is one thing. When I used to go on Facebook, I'm hardly there anymore, but definitely on IG and to an extent on TikTok.
Yep.
It's like editing. When I go into the editing room and I'm working on a project in video, I lose track of time. It's like an alternate reality, and you can look up and 6 hours have gone by.
Right.
I find that if I'm doom scrolling, not 6 hours, but I can easily look up and an hour has gone by.
Right. That's why I think, for everybody, when you're on here doing these apps and you're watching these news stuff, it's important to clean up your algorithm, make it purposeful for you, so that way when you do lose these tracks of time, it's not, you don't look up and be like, dang, where'd the whole day go? Oh, it was all eyes to the screen. So yeah.
Why do you think that how do you clean up your timeline? I mean, because I know that a lot of the algorithm gives you more of what you're already doing. So if I'm looking at a lot of toxic gossip, it's going to feed me more and more toxic gossip, right?
Look, I had to tell my homeboy, I'm like, bro, stop sending me, funny memes and crap like that, because now that's all my algorithm is telling me I like now when you open stuff up like that. So be careful what you open up. Be careful the stories you engage with, and the going in there and comment creeping, because all that looping of the, the algorithm, you think you're just ignoring being nosy looking at comments. No, it's tracking how long you were on that post, and everything's going to keep feeding you that. So yeah. See, I was thinking it was only, and my other Miles Blockson, who worked with me at the other radio station and now has a show of her own,
She's a tech person,
Right.
like you. She used to work for Microsoft.
I'm a tech person?
Yeah, you're a tech person. You're
Okay.
always messing around on AI.
Okay.
You're always making stuff on AI. That makes you a tech person. Plus, you produce your music through tech, right?
Okay. I've never clarified myself as a tech person, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you're a tech person.
Yeah.
I mean, Miles is a super tech person because she actually worked for Microsoft and was like one of those, their version of Genius Bar when someone has a problem and they come in and she would fix it.
Okay.
But I've seen you do that too, unofficially. Anyway, she always told me quit liking stuff.
Yep.
And I'm always liking stuff. I like my friend's stuff because I enjoy it when people like my stuff. So I'm trying to return the favor. So I like my friends' things all the time.
Well, I mean, I don't see a problem with that if you want to keep seeing your friends' stuff pop up on your timeline. You know what I mean? I have no problem with that. But,
Right.
you start seeing what they repost and you start getting into what their comment sections are talking about. And then you click on somebody else's profile just to be nosy and see who they are. And
Well, maybe that's why. I mean, I do
they
get a lot
collab
of
with on the
I get a
post.
lot of news on my timeline
Right.
because I'm looking at news, but I also get a lot of gossip and relationship stuff. And I think it's because my girlfriends are always DMing me these relationship. Maybe they're hinting that I need to go get my act together, but they're always sending me relationship memes and funny memes. And I never thought that the stuff that I'm getting in my DMs would impact my algorithm. I thought it would only be what I chose.
nope, it's what you tap in with, what you look at. That all affects you.
Oh, dang.
Yep. Algorithms getting tricky, y'all. Definitely getting tricky. So, I just say like this. I don't see if you're on social media, like we're on it for a reason, or you're on it for entertainment, you're on it for family, whatever your reason is, just be conscious of what you're looking at.
Yeah.
That's it. If you're going to spend time on it, be conscious with looking at it. Stop being just a fly on the wall to what Instagram wants to show you.
I mean, but I'm not going to lie. Sometimes for me, it's like a drug. It's like self-medicating. I go on there because I'm sad or mad or something. I just want to be distracted, and it works really, really well.
Exactly.
I've never tried heroin, but I imagine it's better than that.
Right.
Anyway, 800-920-1580. There are a couple stories I wouldn't mind talking about. Speaking of that, when we come forward on TikTok, the takeover has happened. Some people are getting off the platform. A few other things like that that I would like to, get your thoughts on. 800-920-1580, or you can go to youtube.com and get in the comments section. YouTube.com, KBLA 1580. We got a lot to talk about. We sure do. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-550-9651.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
Or call 800-550-9651. That's 800-550-9651.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Let's do this. On the evening of Monday, January 26th, something special happened. Hundreds of people joined me for a live preview session on the anatomy of a great conversation, and we went deep, for starters, on the notion of curiosity. I mean, real curiosity. The kind that transforms how you connect with anyone, anywhere. We explored why most conversations fall flat, and I revealed 3 of the top 5 killers of curiosity that sabotage even the best communicators. But here's the thing, we only scratched the surface. The full 4-week journey begins Monday, February 16th with the founding members cohort. This course is for podcasters, leaders, entrepreneurs, anyone who knows that your next great opportunity can begin or end with the quality of a conversation. Space in this founding cohort is limited, so go to TavishTalks.com right now. That's TavishTalks.com. Click register or scan the QR code. Don't let this conversation happen without you.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Right now, so the TikTok deal went through, and the app is now controlled by a group of friends of Trump, billionaires. Most notably Larry Ellison, who owns Oracle, who is major MAGA, major pro-Netanyahu guy. And 3 things that people have already been complaining about. One is that they're blocking anti-Donald Trump content.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds like Kim Jong-un type move. Like, you can't upload. Now they're saying the app won't upload any anti-ICE videos.
Mm-hmm.
And the company is saying it's technical difficulty. What kind of technical difficulty only blocks one type of content?
Mm-hmm. You know, they saw what happened over there in Gaza and how the world got exposed to what's going on over there through TikTok and Sudan and all that. And it's warfare, y'all. It is definitely warfare. We are watching cognitive warfare take place on these apps right now. And that's what I'm saying. Stay alert.
But the crazy thing about that, too, is Hillary Clinton, who is not notably MAGA, said that the reason young people are so anti-Israel is because of TikTok.
No, the anti-Israel because of what Israel did, and they showed it on TikTok.
Right, and what Israel is still doing.
Right.
I mean,
TikTok didn't do it. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Hillary.
But her point is that
her
point is that young people look at TikTok. Those videos are there, and so therefore, they have turned young people against Israel. So the other thing is that apparently, and I don't know, I didn't verify this clip, but I did see a clip on Instagram with a guy that is claimed to be the president of TikTok, the new person in charge, saying that you can't say Zionist on TikTok anymore. Mm-hmm. You can say it only if you're saying I'm a proud Zionist, but you can't call someone a Zionist,
right?
Which is crazy because Zionist is supposed to be a political philosophy.
Right.
Zionist is not a synonym for Jewish.
Right.
It's a political. It's like if you ban someone from saying libertarian.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I think that too. This goes to show how detailed these tools are working. They're tracking your words you're saying and the order you're saying them and your tone and your inflection of it. They're getting down to the little itty bitty details of what they can and can't censor. It's getting spooky online. It's getting spooky.
Yeah. And when you pair that, and I don't mean to, scare people, but when you pair that with the Palantir culture, which is currently around the White House, where they have surveillance tools, very advanced ones. Some of them actually developed by Israel, and weaponry, which is all happening in this tech space. The way that you can be tracked and punished is very, very, very micro.
And on top of all that, let's not forget, people are still putting all their damn data online, still putting where you live online, and still...
Well, how do you not put it online? I mean, you say that like people do it voluntarily. What happens is you have to... You're paying your bills online, or you have to do a tax thing or something, and you have to put your info there, and boom, now it's all throughout the internet.
Right. People also put everything in their Facebook statuses too about how they're feeling and where they're at and where they're going to be at, and
yeah, that's
pictures
true.
of everything they are on Instagram stories on where they're eating at and who's with them and everything. I'm not saying that you need to be afraid of sharing your life if that's what you want to do. I'm just saying, be alert. Everybody's watching you, and we really butt naked out here in these streets right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's right. And I know there's an app. I'm trying to think of the name of it. There's probably more than one, but there's an app that will take your stuff off, your address and stuff off of these sites. And, I was thinking about getting that. Let's go to Paul calling us from LA. Good morning, Paul. Paul, you there? Perhaps we've...
Hello?
Oh, there he is. Okay, hi, Paul.
I don't know if it's jarbled on your end, but it is on mine. But the conversation that you guys were just having on Palantir and everything, this all transpired in Trump's first administration. A lot of people don't remember back in 2016, 2017, he basically allowed these social media apps and your data by third parties to be shared online and everything. So that actually happened back then. One thing that we overlook is your data is basically the new gold. That's what gold is right
absolutely.
now. And when you apply, when you get your new phone and everything, you basically agree to the terms. Everybody don't read that stuff; they just agree to it. So what they do is their creditors, everybody, they sell your information to third parties.
Yeah, that's right. That is exactly right. And I'm glad you brought that up, Paul, because it reminds me. Remember the whole Cambridge Analytica thing about how they were using our data to win elections, and that's really, I think that is where the president really bonded with the tech bros. I will give you free reign if you win me elections.
Yeah, and remember, these people, like, if I implore people to really look up this person called Curtis Yarvin. I know you're aware of it, Dominique.
Yeah.
What these people want is they want to basically break the country up, and they want to be fuel lords. It's as simple as that. This isn't the first time they've tried this. Elon Musk's grandfather tried this before.
That's right.
So this isn't the first time. But what I was calling for, Dominique, I just wanted to, I'm reminded of the Birmingham letter jail when Martin Luther King was in jail, and I just want to read this real quick. First, I must confess that over the last few years, I have been gravely disappointed with the white moderate. I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling block in the stride toward freedom is not the white counselor or the Ku Klux Klanner, but the white moderate who is more devoted to order than to justice. Why? Why do I bring that up? The Heritage Foundation and the Federalist Foundation were founded and created as a rebuttal and counter to what? The Civil Rights Movement. In 2024, even as recently as 2024, between 200 to 300 black bodies were found behind a jail in Jackson, Mississippi.
That's right. That was actually, yeah, go ahead.
And none of these people were marching in. You know why people were doing that? Because people were comfortable when it happened to us. And I'm not condoning any of this that goes on. What I'm trying to say is the whole progressive movement, where we are now as a society, has we have allowed the Gilded Age to happen again. All happened because people were okay with punching down on another group of people. And when you have that overall, and even King came around to understanding that the basically white liberal, the Democrats, were okay with this as long as they could reach across the aisle and compromise with who? The Confederacy.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say, two things. Number one, that was the whole busting of the Goon Squad, which was partly Black Lives Matter grassroots in Mississippi, that uncovered those bodies. It was basically a pauper's grave where they were just killing black people and burying them behind the prison. The other thing is, you got clout on First Things First, Paul, because I usually don't let people read, because unless you're a professional, reading out loud is not good on the radio. But that is a really powerful quote, because that is really, I think, you articulating what James was trying to say yesterday about why he doesn't feel compelled to go out and be in the streets with white organizers who are now so upset because of the murder of Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
Yes, and to be to be direct and honest with you, wrong is wrong, and don't think that I don't feel bad that somebody was taken. But just like the brother that was out here, that happened to them, that didn't get pub overall. We had to bring that out,
and we're still bringing it out. Yep, Keith Porter, say his name.
Yeah, and my biggest issue with it, there was even a we basically allow like sometimes what they say on their media is, oh, we are in Nazi Germany, and I respond to them like, do you even know that who Hitler's ambassadors in Germany learned that from? Here in America through Jim Crow and slavery, and even they said, man, y'all wild with that over there. But who inspired it? It's always been America. The difference is it didn't come to their doorstep. And now people care because it came to their doorstep.
Yep. Go ahead, Paul, real quick, because we're stepping on news and traffic right here.
When people understand they use race to divide people, and those same people, and that's why they will even shoot some of them in the past that even tried to help black people in the past, like teaching black people how to read. Look how they did the white people then. Wake up, people. Thank you, Dominique.
Thank you, Paul. Always great to talk with you. News, traffic, and sports. And then you are next on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The White House says Arizona's Democratic Attorney General is fueling violence. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt slammed Chris Mays' remarks about possible lethal force against masked ICE agents.
This rhetoric against ICE, comparing them to Nazi Gestapo Donald Trump's police force, is despicable, it is shameful.
She also called it dangerous. Deion Sanders' bodyguard says the Colorado coach received about 5 death threats a day. In a video, security warned players not to let unauthorized people into facilities, saying everyone's trying to reach Coach Prime. And A$AP Rocky tops the Billboard 200 for the first time in over a decade. It's his third #1 album and his first #1 debut since 2015. Rihanna, his partner and mother to their 3 children, celebrated the win online. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Is this the tackle? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Luka Doncic had a fun time in Chicago last night. 46 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, and the Lakers' 129-118 win over the Bulls. LeBron scored 20 of his 24 points in the first half. The Lakers are 3-1 on their 8-game road trip. The Clippers are back in action tonight at Utah. It's a national TV game on NBC, 7 p.m. tip-off. The Clippers have the NBA's best record in January at 10-3. The Chargers officially announced former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel as their new offensive coordinator. Interesting note about Seattle Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold. Darnold will be the first former USC quarterback to start in a Super Bowl. Darnold was the number 3 pick in the 2018 draft by the New York Jets. 3 other quarterbacks taken in the first round in 2018 have yet to make it to the Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Still battling a thirsty lawn that guzzles water and drains your wallet? Let LADWP turn that patch of grass into a gorgeous drought-smart garden for free. We're talking a full California-friendly landscape makeover designed and installed by pros at no cost to you. That's right, LADWP does the work, you get the upgrade. Ready to transform your yard and save big? Visit LADWP.com/leap. That's ladwp.com/LEAP.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Okay, good stuff. People are up, ready to talk. I love that so much for us. So I'm gonna do that, Miles. I had questions for you. We may end up talking about them later. I want to get your thoughts about TikTok. So many people are deleting the app, and I want to talk about Ye and his apology, because it's all over the press that he has apologized for being, saying that he's not anti-Semitic, saying that he had a lapse from a car accident that exacerbated his bipolar or something. And it was in the Wall Street Journal. He didn't take it out on KBLA or, Vibe or whatever. He took it out on Wall Street Journal. So the way the mainstream media is saying is that it's only an apology to Jewish people, but I read it as also an apology to black people. So I think that's significant. But we'll circle back to that stuff. Folks want to see what folks want to talk about. Let's see. Oh, Shayon, long time no hear from. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
All right. Well, just to sort of add a historical context to what your previous caller was saying about the about what he read from Dr. King's speech and the moderate European liberals. This goes all the way back to the 1800s with the Great Compromise, 1877, when the Republicans, who were the abolitionists, cut a deal with the Southern Democrats to end the tie in the election of Rutherford B. Hayes and Tilden. And they agreed, the Republican abolitionists, party of Lincoln, party of Frederick Douglass, they cut at that time they'd be considered liberals because they was abolitionists.
Right.
That's fair.
Back when the script was flipped and Republicans, used to be the abolitionists and Democrats were more racist.
Yeah, exactly. So to add the historical context, what they did, they was tired of fighting each other. And they said, look, the Democrats, the Southern Democrats, the Dixiecrats told the Republicans, hey, we'll support your guy to break this so-called tie in the presidential election, which is what Trump and the Republicans were trying to do in 2020. They was trying to cause that so they can get it thrown back into the House of Representatives, which is exactly happened in 1876. However, what the European liberals and the Republican Party did was cut the deal with the Southern Democrats down in the South, and the South told them, we'll put your guy in the White House if he agrees to pull out the federal troops that Lincoln had put down in the South to protect us. Because, see, at that time, we were running for public office statewide and in the Congress winning as Republicans down in the South. They didn't like that.
That was the Reconstruction period, the brief period of time when there was actually an effort to make justice following those hundreds of years of enslavement.
Yeah, so we actually rewrote some of those state constitutions down there in the South. That didn't sit well with the Southern pro-slavery Democrats. So what they did, once the Republican president agreed to pull those federal troops out, that's what ushered in the Jim Crow era. And when they massively attacked us, started burning down our towns, namely Wilmington, North Carolina, where they attacked the town, ran a lot of those black elected officials out of their state representative seats. So that goes back a long way. Fast forward, the liberal, the moderates are still, they never changed their philosophy with that. So that's why I believe that's why King probably said that in that letter, because he understood history. The problem is we never get it in this full context to understand what happened in 1877 in the Great Compromise is directly affecting the politics of today.
Also known as the corrupt bargain, which I think is a better description of what happened. I mean, because they're saying that there's no evidence of such a deal. It wasn't written, but the Democrats were filibustering to stop the certification of the election. So it is very similar to the January 6th attempted coup, very similar. And I think that you're right, because even the fact that Democrats spoke out against January 6th so forcefully, and some Republicans did too, but then they went ahead and allowed, Trump to get away with not having any accountability, didn't hold anybody criminally accountable, and here we are with the guy as president, and they're shooting down American citizens in our streets.
Okay, now if it walked like a duck and it quacked like a duck, guess what? It's a duck.
It's a fascist, yeah, for sure.
It's a duck. So what I'm saying is that when it comes to us not being out there in the streets protesting, well, okay, why should we just go out there? We already know we the primary target. So why would we go out there knowing that we the primary target, and soon as it switches, then we'll be labeled the domestic terrorist, and then you can bet then all bets will be off.
Mm-hmm. Right, and some of those white liberals will do like Miley Cyrus and go back to being white. Is kind of what you're saying, and protected.
And what I'm also saying too is what you okay? Look at Amy Klobuchar, right?
Yeah,
Democrat from Minnesota.
Yep.
Do you really think she's gonna go out there and put her head on the chopping block for you? Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's well said, Shayon. I don't really know what to add to that. Well, I guess I added a couple things, but I think that is the roots of that suspicion that Paul outlined in reading an excerpt from the letter from a Birmingham jail. It's the same irony we face every time You know, we have the Charlie Brown and Lucy with the football moment, thinking that white women voters are going to show up and vote the correct way. And time again, they pull the football away at the last minute, and we end up with Trump and Trump again.
Also, with the media, right? We didn't learn anything from the George W. Bush and Judith Miller. Remember her? She was a New York Times reporter that carried the water for the Bush administration with the fake WMD story.
Yeah,
and
I forgot about her.
To the war. See, I didn't. That's Judith Miller.
Yeah.
New York Times reporter that carried the water for the Bush administration with the lie. Then when they got us into the two wars, crashed the whole economy to be damn in the trashed it. It took a Democratic Barack Obama to bring the economy back. And what did the media do? In 2016, they started giving us a heavy doses of Donald Trump with all his free media. See, there was no balance. They just fed us Trump. 2016.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then even watch this though. Then I'm gonna get off.
Okay. Jay, where'd you go?
Wrecked the economy. Million people died from COVID under his watch. Biden gets in office. What do? Again, here comes the media. Trump.
Well, and that's but Shayon, that's one of the reasons on a Talking Point Tuesday that I have to push back on this BS that the media is liberal. The media is not liberal. No. The media is controlled by billionaires who are now part of this broligarchy, which is our current problem in America.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, right, it wasn't just Rupert Murdoch and Fox. It was also CBS, NBC, now MS, CNN. They all was in bed with bringing us Trump again. So I'm not saying liberal or conservative media. I'm just saying media in general.
I mean, he's not wrong, but my point is it's all conservative media. It's just more or less conservative. And the talking point that the media has a liberal bias is completely false. Completely false. That's why you have to have a KBLA. That's why you have to have local papers that are, independent, community run. Otherwise, it's all corporate. And, just like people say it's a uniparty, I don't quite agree with that, although I do see that both of them are corporate controlled. It's a unimedia, too. They're mostly controlled by massive corporations that have huge conflicts of interest in even owning those outlets.
And who makes it possible for them to do that? People in government. Those senators, those Congress people that sit there and vote for media companies and giant conglomerates to merge back together.
That's right, and we're watching it right now. That's exactly what the takeover of TikTok is. That's why the same guy that owns TikTok also now owns CBS and CNN. Well, potentially CNN. We'll see if that goes through, but it's that massive consolidation, which it is lawmakers' job to stop. That's what antitrust means. But thank you, Shayon. I appreciate the way that you are studious about what happens in American history and politics. Okay, I guess we lost him. We're going to keep this conversation going. If you want to get in on it, 800-920-1580. We do have so much to cover, and it is a Talking Point Tuesday, and it is unapologetically outspoken. KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
They call it progress, but progress has a price. Land once held in black hands, taken, stolen, erased. Acres paved into highways, fields burned. Homes replaced by parking lots and broken promises. Every deed lost was a dream deferred. We talk about millionaires, but what about the millionaires that never were? The farmers whose soil was seized. The families who watched their inheritance disappear. The wealth that never had a chance to grow. because its roots were ripped from the ground. They took the land, but never the legacy, because the soil remembers, and so do we. Every story matters. Our mission is to collect, preserve, and amplify these stories. If this is part of your family's history, visit blacklandlost.org/share your story and help bring us closer to justice.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
USC Visions and Voices invites you to the LA premiere of Major, an exciting new dance theater performance exploring the legacy of Major at dance. Directed by award-winning choreographer Ogemdi Ude, Major combines music and movement to explore what it means to be proudly Black and proudly femme. Join us on Wednesday, February 4th at USC's Bovard Auditorium. Reserve your free ticket now at visionsandvoices.usc.edu. That's visionsandvoices.usc.edu.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
Hey! Talk 1580. I was getting distracted by the chat. Kwamel, you ain't funny. He says if you want to read something on the air, just don't say you're doing it and work it in smoothly. How to Be Slick by Kwamel. But Kwamel is a poet. So Kwamel can read. That might work for you. It won't work for everyone because guess what? I know when you're reading. It's not a neuroses. It's just most people don't sound good reading. They just don't have the experience. Kwamel, you do. So you also get a pass. Yeah. Whew, okay. We got a lot to talk about, but we have a lot of time today, too. So you can call me all the way through at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Lynette is on from L.A. Good morning, Queen.
Morning, Dominique, and all the listeners. Reparations in memory of our ancestors. And we know that the struggle continues, but always to God be the glory. Those were some pretty heavy things those brothers just laid out there. And, you know, the real irony, too, is that all those rebel Confederates and slaveholders that made the deals and stuff with the compromise, they were able to get reparations, and our people ain't got nothing to this day. And that's the real, that's the real shame. I mean, we done been here 400 years now. We got this 250th anniversary coming up, and we still got to ask for what's ours. And like Paul said, the fascists learned everything from America. So if you look at why the world is so jacked up, it's because, not only because of how the Catholic Church and the Europeans got together and said they wasn't going to fight each other anymore. They got together and they said we're going to divide up everybody else's land and start wars. But it was here in America, and like Dr. King, one of the greatest prophets ever to have lived, and historian, I'm finding out. He said that a threat to justice here is a threat to justice everywhere. And, when you look at it, this mess started here in California, but then when you look globally, a lot of the mess that's going on in the world, because we are the world's purveyors of war, and that's all our budgets ever really seem to want to give
Lynette,
money to.
when you say the mess started here, what mess are you talking about?
I'm talking about all this conflict in the world.
You're saying the conflict in the world started in California?
Not in California. I said that the injustice and conflict started here in Los Angeles, okay, with the ICE and everything.
Oh, I got you. Okay. I just want to make sure I understood what you were talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
On a macro,
yeah.
It started here because we are the biggest purveyors of war, like Dr. King said. So, when they get to talking about, well, we're the peacekeepers and we don't monitor everybody else's elections and stuff, we need it right here because Trump talking about he want to cancel the midterms and everything. That's part of the reason why we're seeing all this ICE activity. And it's really disgusting, because we are paying for all of this, and our budget is it's on our dime, and it's with our blood and our tears and sweat. And if we're going to stay free, and I'm not saying that we should be out there front line and center trying to defend democracy, but if we're going to stay free, we got to put something in on it. I'm just saying, just like that fight that happened in Alabama with our I saw it on Roland Martin's show about that fight. Had a young man, he swam all the way across to go and help another African-American fellow citizen ward off those Confederate rebels, because that's what they was. Even though they were all drunk and everything, but they was like, oh yeah, it's time to beat down some the N-word.
Understood, Lynette. Yeah, it's a lot of points. I hope you shout my show out on his show too, by the way. But anyway,
I've never called him. I didn't know. And
it's all good. It's all good. It's all, no, most people don't. Most of them are afraid of y'all because they're afraid you'll ask a question we don't know the answer to. But here's the thing. All you have to do is say, I don't know. Anyway, Lynette, you made some great points. And I think about reparations, what I thought about, when Shayon was talking about that also is that compromise, that sellout, really what it was, where the Republicans sold out the Reconstruction, ended Reconstruction, sold out black people in order to keep control of the South and get their president elected and certified. That is part of reparations, part of the demise of reparations, because when we look at the concept of reparations, part of it is protection against the recurrence of this harm. And that protection was pulled out of the South as part of that compromise. They stopped protecting black landowners, newly freed black workers. And as a result, we have been robbed, terrorized, and, just kept away from opportunity ever since, in a way that didn't even allow us to have a level playing field. And so that was part of the demise of reparations in this country. And it was a temporary demise because I believe we're going to win it. But it was part of what stopped it back then in the 1870s when we should have been moving steadily forward. But thank you, Lynette. I appreciate the call. Let's try to squeeze in Dwight straight out of Compton. Good morning, Dwight.
Good morning, Dominique. Hotep Peace. Dominique, I love your callers. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to Shayon and all your callers about giving us this information. And Dominique, they are attacking your show right now. In the middle of your conversation, they'll show us a dental commercial or the little Palestinian kid that said they was dead and turned up alive, right in the middle. And then when you click skip, you still got to wait a little while before the skip comes up. Then you come back. And what an important point that you're telling us has been missed. So they're attacking your show right now, YouTube. I know you tell us every now and then you got to have commercials because I'm so old. I used to look when the soap operas was called soap operas because that's why you was watching TV to sell you soap to wash your clothes. But Dominique, keep doing the job you're doing. But they're attacking you right now, right in the middle. You have Professor Abdullah on. She'll be saying something, then they'll show a commercial. And then when you hit skip, part of the conversation is gone.
One thing I do want to let you know real quick before I forget, Dwight, we have a new feature. If you go on our YouTube now, you can click on the part that says videos instead of live, and they're posting shows now that are edited, and so you won't have so many commercials in them. So if you want to catch up on past shows, I recommend that.
Sure. Thank you, Dominique. Dominique, you see, they right after the Civil War, they killed Abraham Lincoln. So that shows you this has been going on for years. We have no John Lewis Act, no George Floyd Act. They took away civil rights protection. They took away our health care to give billionaires tax cuts. And then Facebook during the election, I told you every other week they would suspend me for putting anything on there negative about Trump. And then they, after a few days, they let me get back on Facebook. So we've been under attack since we got off the slave ships. And 1619. But Dominique, keep giving us the information and inspiration. I love your show. Callers keep calling us in with more information, because the truth is going to come out sooner or later. And we just got to keep doing whatever we could do, march, vote, protest, do it all. Do it all. We need the Air Force, the Marines, the Navy, everything. So we just got to keep doing whatever we can do. And Dominique, thank you for your information, and thank Tavis for having such a great radio program. Thank you, Dominique.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Dwight, straight out of Compton, one of our really original KBLA delegates. I think Dwight might have logged on with KBLA day one on Juneteenth of 2021. Can you believe we're going to be 5 miles? We're going to be 5 years old. 5 years old is good stuff for any business. Most of them don't make it to 5, so it's a blessing. And it's a testament to how much we all believe in this, and all of us are willing to go the extra mile to keep this thing on the air. So we appreciate you liking, subscribing, following us. We're on KBLA 1580 on every platform. And it's so interesting because, you're talking about that censorship. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show, because we're joined by attorney Nana Jomfi next hour to unpack all the ICE madness. But apparently there's an investigation being launched by the state of California against TikTok censoring anti-Trump content. And TikTok claims it is investigating why users cannot write the word Epstein in their messages. I wonder why that could be. Clumsy censorship, you ain't slick. All right, we've got news, traffic, and sports now. Then we'll be joined by attorney Nana Jomfi, who's also the executive director of Black Alliance for Just Immigration. All that straight ahead, only here.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The White House says Arizona's Democratic Attorney General is fueling violence. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt slammed Chris Mays' remarks about possible lethal force against masked ICE agents.
This rhetoric against ICE, comparing them to Nazi Gestapo Donald Trump's police force, is despicable, it is shameful.
She also called it dangerous. Deion Sanders' bodyguard says the Colorado coach received about 5 death threats a day. In a video, security warned players not to let unauthorized people into facilities, saying everyone's trying to reach Coach Prime. And A$AP Rocky tops the Billboard 200 for the first time in over a decade. It's his third #1 album and his first #1 debut since 2015. Rihanna, his partner and mother to their 3 children, celebrated the win online. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Is this the time? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Luka Doncic had a fun time in Chicago last night. 46 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds in the Lakers' 129-118 win over the Bulls. LeBron scored 20 of his 24 points in the first half. The Lakers are 3-1 on their 8-game road trip. The Clippers are back in action tonight at Utah. It's a national TV game on NBC, 7 p.m. tip-off. The Clippers have the NBA's best record in January at 10-3. The Chargers officially announced former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel as their new offensive coordinator. Interesting note about Seattle Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold. Darnold will be the first former USC quarterback to start in the Super Bowl. Darnold was the number 3 pick in the 2018 draft by the New York Jets. 3 other quarterbacks taken in the first round in 2018 have yet to make it to the Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, KBLA delegation, you know what's better than laughing? Laughing while celebrating the legends who made us laugh in the first place. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to present our annual Black History Month luncheon. And this year, we're honoring comedy greats, trailblazers who